I don't know at what point, I'd like to know this, at what point you started thinking about exit.
Sure.
But I think most people in the bootstrapped environment, specifically in the bootstrapped kind of internet marketing ecosystem, they're not building to sell.
Right.
They don't
Right.
think about selling.
Yeah.
And at some point, you think, oh, maybe I'm marketable, maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
How could I change these things? What does that look like? And it's a different game,
Yeah.
right? How did it even come up? And when did you start thinking about selling? And what did that look like?
Yeah. As soon as I realized that, like, I mean, I've had this feeling before, and that was when I quit my corporate job. Once I knew in my gut that, like, I'm kind of over it, I knew it was time to start, like, thinking about what's next. So essentially, luckily for us, I mean, I think Ryan has done a great job with digital marketer, right? With information product businesses in general, it's a little bit trickier, right? Because typically there's one person who is the face of the brand. And so I quickly started to sort of put a plan together with removing myself from the brand as much as I could. And what that looked like from an actionable standpoint was I quit doing the webinars to get customer acquisition. I quit making any products. I hired other experts to make products and I paid them to do it. The only thing that I was still attached to was that it had my dang name in it, which,
Yeah.
of course, when I started, I didn't think I'd ever sell a company. So, I did all of those things, from an operational standpoint. The easiest test is, can you go at least for a week-long vacation, if not 2 weeks? Did the business suffer at all? Literally, people should do that, because
Yeah.
even I, at many times, thought that, oh yeah, no, we're there. We weren't there,
Yeah.
right? And the real difference is, and the hardest part is, there's certain black and white functions in any business that I think can be just fine. Customer support, they got their SOPs, they can handle it. But when there's it's all the stuff in the gray area, the strategic stuff, the problem solving. And that's where, when you're team building, that's the hardest thing, is to have people that can replace your problem
Thinking.
solving and your
Yeah.
thinking. So that was a real work in progress, and we had some some typical sort of speed bumps along the way, but that's what got it started. And ultimately, Brad, what I wanted to do is just, I decided, I'm going to build it to where it's sellable. And in doing so, even if I never sell it, if I can build this thing where it runs without me, then that's cool too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I want to talk about timeline with that, but you hit a couple things that I think are important. And my litmus test is, for a long time, people would ask what you just said. Can you not be
Gone,
there?
right.
Yeah. Can you be gone? And can it keep running? And the answer for that for a very long time for me has been yes. My question is, can I be there and can it grow at a
Sure.
rate that
Yeah.
I'm happy with without me being there?
Yep.
That was the
It's
challenge
hard
for me.
It's really hard.
And you brought up something, and I just connected some dots that I think is really cool, which is the strategic thinking. Can it be
Yeah.
replaced?
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Matt Bertulli, owns this company. He's owned a couple and exited a couple substantial, successful companies. He now owns Pela. And Pela is they started with recycled sunglasses, so sustainable sunglasses. All of the materials that they use are fully recycled. And he got a $5 million raise from Jay-Z, which was kind of cool. They launched fast. So they
Yeah.
went to like 0 to 10 million in a year, and then just have been crushing. But he told me at one point, he said, a fireable offense, and you get one chance at this, is to bring a problem without solutions.
Love it.
And he said, we have a framework, which we've since pushed into Easy Pay Direct, which is 1-3-1. If you have a problem, you better come to me with 3 solutions and then a suggestion of which one you think we should do. And if you come to me with a problem and you don't 1-3-1 it more than once, you're gone. You're not part of our company.
Yeah, I love that.
But it plays directly with what you just said, which is the idea of, can people have the strategic thinking capacity to solve those problems?